Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? This is Karthik Poovanam. I'm a leadership coach, author and a travel explorer. I'm sitting in these places and most of the time I'm always in spaces which rejuvenate me, which empower me, and this absolutely adequate sense of rejuvenation that I experience in these places is absolutely and very deeply profound. And access to information from these spaces, especially when I'm writing my book, when I'm registering certain thoughts, are like superb. People, as I always tell you in many of my videos, are very disconnected from nature. They're very disconnected from their own internal, fantastic and amazing nature as well. And it has led to enormous trouble, to such an extent where they feel their own presence to be a disturbance. When you experience somebody else as a disturbance, there is a possibility that you can tell them to go away, or you can go away from them. But the moment you start experiencing your very own presence as a disturbance, it becomes very difficult for you. Think about it. When was the last time somebody poked you with a dagger? When was the last time when somebody poked you with a knife? When was the last time somebody hit you with a hammer? When was the last time you were in a war zone? When was the last time when you were attacked by a mob? In many of our lives, these incidences have never happened and will never ever happen also. We're living in a much more civilized world. But is that civilization applicable internally? No. There is an internal stone pelting that's happening. You're throwing stones at your own self, trying to harm yourself with words by creating images which are not supporting your well-being. And I call this a self-abuse. The mental abuse, which is in turn leading towards emotional abuse, which in turn leads to energy drain, which drastically has a very significant impact in a highly negative manner in the way in which you experience your health. How to break this pattern? The dialogues that you speak inside you, the words that you use, the sentence formation that you do, the visuals that you're creating largely determines how you're experiencing your own presence. Because today, what you call as yourself is largely an accumulation of memory. What you read, what you see, what you hear, what you think is all largely dependent upon your five senses. Seeing, touching, smelling, tasting, hearing. And this is something that you will have to exercise more cautiously in your life. Do not be negligent while exercising your visual apparatus. Do not be so casual while exercising your auditory apparatus. Never ever be casual while exercising your kinesthetic apparatus. Gustatory and olfactory. Gustatory meaning taste, olfactory meaning smell, are very significant. See, go and stand near a drainage. Are you going to enjoy? Or would you enjoy while you are seated near a garden of roses with this fantastic fragrance? Think about this. Would you like to sit near a drainage and enjoy a nice cup of tea? Or will it be good if you're sitting in a garden and there are like green and nice grasses and there's fantastic greenery around, and also there are flowers and there's a beautiful fragrance which is flowing through the gentle breeze. How would you like to experience? A cup of tea you like to experience, not by sitting near a drainage. Well, your entire life, that's exactly what you're doing. You're sitting near a drainage and trying to have a family. It stinks. You're sitting near a drainage and trying to talk to people. And what by drainage, what I mean, the smell, the rotten smell. See, a food, if you do not consume it in the right kind of climate, it gets spoiled. It has a duration. In similar ways, your values, your belief systems, your thoughts, if they are not empowering you, and you continue to store them inside, you continue to repeat them inside, they're going to make you feel terrible. And very, very naturally, you will be heading into a zone where your own presence is going to be extremely bothersome. Once your own presence has become extremely bothersome, you have laid the foundation stone of your misery. That's it. And you have inaugurated floods and floods of misery flowing into your life. Now, how can you not experience suffering? And just look at your life and look at people's life around. If you're suffering, this is exactly what's happening. You are not able to enjoy your own presence. Wherever you go, you will go along. Now, what's needed here? Sensible decision making is required. Because it's only in the moments of your decision that your destiny is shaped. Please think about it. The series of decisions that you have made in your life, and the series of decisions that you have taken to implement the decisions that you have taken in your life. Let's say you decided you want to go from point A to point B. You have made a decision. Now the decisions that you're going to follow, how are you going to reach from point A to point B? And how you carry forward that decisions in the form of actions is what is going to determine how soon, how effective, how comfortable you're going to be reaching to point B. What vehicle are you choosing? What terrain are you choosing? What climate are you traveling in? I don't know how many of you might have gone to a place called Ladakh. Well, during certain seasons, it's completely closed. During the winter season, especially November, December, Jan, it's completely closed. They open the gates only from June to September, max October. It's the same road. But why is it closed for the rest of the months? Because of heavy snowfall, climate change. So you may be going in the best vehicle, but may not choose. In similar ways, your internal states, you have to create your internal climate, and you have to create a fantastic neural pathway for yourself. And it's your immediate responsibility. You cannot postpone this. The most effective way is to download my course. But now, before that, you can also apply these free techniques. When you wake up in the morning, majority of the people wake up blindly in the morning. They have been instructed by others what to do. For example, a lot of people I know, now you might also know this, majority of the people are working for some organization or somebody. So the organization gives them a to-do list. And most of the times this person is not interested in that to-do list. So naturally there is no enthusiasm. So even the people who are working in various organizations, if you are an entrepreneur, you have a different possibility. I want you to think What is it that you can do to feel good in the morning? What is it that you can do to feel nice about yourself? What kind of thoughts would you like to circulate 1 hour before you're waking up? What is the music that should be around? Pleasant music, the chirping of the birds, the flow of waterfall. You can just put a speaker and put a nice waterfall kind of a music. It just works like anything. Pleasant images in the house, in your bedroom, some very pleasant image, scenery, whatever you like you are just waking up to that visual. It's a good feeling. Isn't it a good feeling? Tell me, isn't it a good feeling? This is called Dinacharya Prakriya in Sanskrit. The way in which you are programming your day. Most of the people are programmed by others. They are not going to program. See, others are going to program. If someone is going to program you, he or she will program you in a way in which it will benefit them and their vested interests. So a company will program you with tasks. What is a benefit? It will think of the benefits that the company is going to make. It is not going to think of your benefits. So you have to take a proactive step towards your growth, towards creating a presence which is not disturbing, which you are able to enjoy. Once you take so much of effort, time, energy trying to connect with others, trying to impress others, then trying to be with others. If you would keep 10% of that focus, 10% of that energy, 10% of that time on yourself to build a good presence. Very rarely do people connect with people in love. Such things don't happen. If you have encountered a lover, no problem, enjoy it. That's not going to be possible for everyone in the world. If you are a devotee, fantastic, enjoy, no problem. Hardly. It's not possible. So create a presence for yourself, a presence that you can enjoy. And always understand, it's quite simple, but extremely difficult. Like waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning, watching the sunrise is quite easy, very difficult. How many people do that? Going to the gym, working out is very easy. How many people do that? Very difficult. Exercise, very good for health, very easy, but quite difficult to implement. It's not complicated, but it's very difficult. Think about it. What's happening? It's important. Start implementing. Do not be a victim to the thoughts that continue to happen randomly. A thought that continues to happen randomly will create an incredibly negative impact in your mind if it's not positive. And most of the thoughts that happen randomly are always anti-well-being thoughts. So after this activity that I shared with you, what's the next thing that you can do? Every 3 hours, ask yourself this question. How am I feeling? I've interacted with these many people in my life. How am I feeling? You got to ask yourself this question. It's not mandatory. Nobody in the schools have taught you this. Nobody in the universities have taught you this. There is no marks for this. There is no reward for this monetarily from the system. But internally it's very, very enriching. Because you understand this. You are living in your memory. I repeat this. You are living in your memory. It is your memory which is defining almost every decision in your life. Take control over your life. Make your life into a functionally fantastic possibility. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's an incredible experience to feel vibrant, to feel joyful, and to feel gracious. May that happen to you.